Hi Norm. Well, we're below in the 355. We've done a few very unique things in this cabin that are normally features reserved for bigger boats, but the intent here was to have all the features of our bigger 445 but in a smaller, somewhat more affordable package for customers. If you notice that we've gone to upper cabinets, which are linear, all matched grain cabinets on the port and starboard side, which carry the lines of the boat forward. And we put the ports inside little areas with a sliding screen over the port. There are stainless steel handrails that run the length of the cabin on both sides.
Go.
This table is offered, has been very popular. It's a quad fold table, and then it folds to cocktail size. It easily opens up to dining size, and then can be rotated to square up with the seats. It also lowers to form a double berth.
Yeah, that's very good. And you've used that on a couple of other models, the 445.
Yes, we've done this on the 445 and on the Catalina Morgan 440.
Yeah.
And we've had such good reception to that we wanted to incorporate it in this boat.
Is it the same size in the other boats?
No, it's scaled to this boat.
Yeah.
It's only about an inch smaller.
Yeah, okay. And that still fits down, and there's a cushion that goes in there.
Yes, and the cushion is supplied standard.
Yeah. On the other side, you've got these headrest things, which are quite innovative. Right,
and they kind of notch over here and can be moved anywhere in the boat.
Oh, okay.
You know, they're easily removable, but make these more lounge seats. The boat is also provided with this little game or small dining table, perfect for a couple, but also lowers down, and we supply cushions that match these and look like a settee, a straight settee, or another berth.
Fantastic.
And they're all included with the boat.
And the nav area is interesting. What have you done there?
Well, we created a place for a laptop. More and more customers are navigating with laptop computers. So we created a molded in place for the laptop to live. And there are apertures that lead to power points, both 12 volt and AC and DC, and also have a dedicated conduit that leads both here, where you've got secondary instruments, and up to the electrical panel.
Fantastic.
This also functions as a traditional chart table.
Yeah. And the electrical panel is behind a...
Correct. The AC/DC electrical panel is behind a panel of smoked glass, but you can still read the digital voltmeter.
Yeah.
And you can read how much current you're drawing at any one time.
And then you open it up and you can get access to all the switches.
Correct. But it's a full function panel done as we've traditionally done it, divided into lighting, auxiliary systems, navcom, very logically arranged, and as you know, cabin lighting is always upper left.
Top left, yes. And it's
so when you come aboard the boat in the dark, you can find it.
Yes, and shore power. 240 volts and 12 volts. Yeah.
Correct. And there's also an additional auxiliary panel here, so you have lots of room to mount additional gear. This boat has air conditioning, and this is the air conditioning panel, and this is for the additional AC service for the air conditioning. This is the holding tank monitor. But there's room here if you want to add a generator or a water maker or other gear that we might not know about, but a customer will add later on.
Even another stereo, because it deep enough to put a...
Well, we really thought the stereo would go right here.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Could be used for additional galley storage. It's covered with the same solid surface countertop as the galley.
Yep, that's great.
And down below is our traditional Pendiflex folder locker, so you have a place for the owner's manual and all the ship's papers.
Fantastic. So that whole area of the boat is much roomier than it looks.
It is. Yes, it's a proper nav station.
Yeah. In fact, Jerry, the whole area of the middle of this boat here, people have been looking at the brochures and the line drawings of the 355, comparing it with the 375. The area here is pretty similar, isn't it?
It is. It is. And we've intentionally kept the sight lines open so you can read the full beam of the boat.
Yes. Okay. So you're not really going to have the poor cousin of the large boat.
No.
If you buy one of these.
No. And we've made this area behind the seat backs deep enough so they can become book bins or gear bins, as well as storage in the lockers above.
And for ocean sailing, you quite often, customers think they give up something in stability, ballast ratio and waterline length?
You won't on this boat. We really paid
375.
attention to the ratios. This boat is really more back to traditional proportions.
Yeah.
Fairly modest beam. As I
Yeah.
said, this boat is a 12-foot beam as opposed to the 350, which is 13-foot beam. And there's no sacrifice in interior space, but there is some gain in performance.
Yes.
A couple of unique things.
Yeah, now.
This is the galley, of course. We've done a couple of unique things here. We have a very unique refrigeration system. It's a large top loader right here with a rack and a freezer compartment and a light. And then it also has access door down below, a stainless steel door, for getting at beverages and things you put in the lower cooler compartment of the refrigerator. It's a unique refrigerator in that it's an L shape that goes under the sink, which allows to have a large refrigerator and still keep the sinks way inboard.
And it has the compressor and all of the working parts.
Correct. The compressor vents there, and the compressor's on right now, but you can't hear it. It's an extremely quiet unit.
Made by us at home.
There's a storage and trash bin underneath the sink, but it's all clean and lined. Good place to keep large objects, cleaning supplies, things like that. And then there's a pantry locker aft, after the stove, with a large bin for tall bottles, cereal boxes, things like that. Utensil bin.
Yeah, with the plastic insert that comes
Correct.
standard.
Locker at the bottom, and a large locker there for pots or pans. The microwave is standard, but we can substitute this for a door that matches the grain of the other cabinet, so you can have an unbroken line of cabinets in the boat. Forward is a locker designed to hold a set of 6 dishes, 6 dishes, bowls, mugs, salad plates, standard set.
Yeah, and you can buy the Catalina embossed
Correct.
galley equipment. Yes.
And this is designed around that set. And then there's a storage bin forward.
Yeah, so you've got a lot of space in the galley room.
As I mentioned, on that side of the boat, that can also be used as adjunct galley storage as well. The head is aft into port, similar to what I did on the Catalina 34. It's been very popular because you can come down below wet and go right into the head. The head's received a lot of attention. It's what we call a spa-style head. It has a very comfortable seat for the shower, a household-size toilet, and a bowl-style or vessel-style sink. The reason I went with that sink is it gives you more counter space underneath the sink and removes some mass. So when you're in that position or that position, the countertop is lower and you don't feel quite so enclosed. It makes the head feel much more spacious.
This looks like a Vogue magazine bathroom, Jerry, with this sink here.
Yeah, it's very stylish.
It's very good. And you've got mirrors there with cabinetry behind.
Correct.
And it is electric.
It's an electric macerating head. One button does everything, no valves to open, or
Yeah, it's lovely.
you can splash water all over the rest of the countertop or the sink. But it makes a very spacious shower area with a drain in the sole that goes to a dedicated gray water collector box in the bilge.
Now we're in the forward cabin.
On the port side of the forward cabin is a vanity table with a swivel magnifying mirror that we put in standard. There's a small bin under the dressing table for ladies' cosmetics.
And then you've got a walk-around double bed within a spring mattress.
Correct. On the aft end of the berth is a large bin with a mechanism to hold it up for blanket storage.
Yep.
This is and there are 2 storage bins below the sole as well. We didn't talk about the bin. We forget the bin. We didn't talk about that.
Well, that's a hanging locker there.
Hanging locker. I apologize, it's filled with boat show gear, but it's cedar lined.
Yes, and it's got the traditional hanging rail. Yeah.
Correct. Feature we put on this boat that's also on the 445 and very well received is this mattress actually articulates in 3 pieces. The aft end so you can get at the storage bin, but the forward end so you can raise or lower the berth for reading or watching television.
That's fantastic. So the thought might be that you'd put a small television on this floor here.
Correct. which is why we offset the door and designed this as we did. So one, you can have the door open for ventilation through the hatch and get a good flow of air through the boat, and put a television that'll be close to center line on that bulkhead.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you.
The engine box is enclosed in a teak cabinet. We like wooden engine boxes because they give great sound insulation. And of course it's lined with a foil lead foam insulation material. But we put, so you don't have to take out the whole box each time, we put in a small hatch so you can reach the dipstick of the engine, which is right there.
Yeah, fantastic.
Of course, this ladder lifts out with a couple of fast pins, and the whole engine box slides forward for any major work on the engine.
Yeah, thank you.
This is the aft cabin.
Hanging locker on the left there.
Hanging locker on the left. 6'6" berth, inner spring mattress, good reading lights, nice teak paneling, very pleasant space. Of course, it has a standard escape hatch above, which is also good for ventilation.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So that's very similar to the 34. It's about the same height of 32, 34, is it?
It's actually a little higher than the 320. I think we gained about 2.5 inches.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. So you've got almost as much room in this 355 as you've got in the cabin of the 375, Jerry.
There is as much usable space in this boat, and that had to do with the way some things were arranged and the way we put the sole, and we're able to let the sole go all the way outboard in the boat, which creates as much usable space in the boat. Not quite as much space behind the seat backs, but that's not really relevant to how you live in the boat. We kept the boat visually very open, but yet with plenty of storage by putting all the cabinets above and creating these bins behind the seat backs.
So I can see you're quite excited about this new boat.
I am. It's been very successful. We've done very well with it at the show here so far. It's a logical follow-up to our 445, which has been so well received in the U.S. and especially successful in Europe, which had a lot of these same styling features and mechanical features, and the same proportions of the hull. I'm enthused about it because these boats really perform extremely well.
Well, thank you very much, Jerry. I've really enjoyed our little talk this morning.
Thank you, Norm. Always a pleasure to see you.